please message fast, then we will start the session. Am I audible to all of you? Please message, then we will start the session. So we are starting our new series, and this series is especially for current affairs part. We are covering here the most important mains current affairs. In this particular series, we will cover the most important mains current affairs. Okay. And our last series now got completed, in which we had discussed the 50 videos covering the whole mains. Now, this particular series is about the current affairs on mains perspective. This series is about the current affairs for mains perspective. Okay. So, are you all ready? Shall we start the session? अगर आप लोग सब तैयार हैं तो shall we start the session if you all are ready? Yes. So friends, our today's topic is regarding to inclusive growth. ठीक है? ठीक है? Our today's topic is regarding to inclusive growth. Inclusive growth is again very important topic, and in that inclusive growth we will discuss some part of our current affairs. We'll discuss some part of our current affairs regarding to inclusive growth. Regarding to inclusive growth. So let's start the session. Let's begin the session. What is all in that? What is all in that in regarding to inclusive growth? Inclusive growth. So friends, what all should be included in inclusive growth? What all should be the part of inclusive growth? We will discuss in this session. Because inclusive growth is a kind of a topic which is very important with respective to mains. So any kind of news that is regarding to skill, that is regarding to employment, manufacturing, that is regarding to agriculture, women empowerment, all are the part of inclusive growth only. So that inclusive growth is extremely important in context of UPSC exam. So what all should be the part in inclusive growth? Let's discuss this in detail. So first of all, we should know what is the meaning of inclusive growth. Inclusive growth means fostering inclusive growth means fostering economic development that generate employment opportunities and help in reduction of poverty. So what is the meaning of inclusive growth? Inclusive growth simply means fostering economic development that generate employment opportunity and help in reduction of poverty. This is the meaning of inclusive growth. Now, if we say World Bank define inclusive growth. World Bank define inclusive growth as interconnectedness between pace and pattern of growth which must be addressed together. addressed together. Which must be addressed together. Pace and pattern of growth which must be addressed together. That is World Bank's definition. Hence, inclusive growth. Hence, inclusive growth. Hence, inclusive growth involve all segment of society. Involve all segment of society. Involve all segment of society in the process of economic development. In the process of economic development. In the process of economic development and sharing the benefits with all. Sharing the benefits with all. Now, this is the definition of inclusive growth. This is the meaning of inclusive growth. So, inclusive growth means fostering economic development that generate employment opportunity and help in reduction of poverty. World Bank define inclusive growth as interconnectedness between pace and pattern of growth which must be addressed together. Hence, inclusive growth involve all segment of society in the process of economic development and sharing the benefits with all. That is the meaning of inclusive growth. ये inclusive growth का मतलब होता है. That is the meaning of inclusive growth. Now, if we talk about what are the elements of inclusive growth, if suppose someone asks us what all are the elements of inclusive growth, elements of inclusive growth, what all are the important elements of inclusive growth? Good morning, Pooja. What all are the elements of inclusive growth? How inclusive growth is elemented? So the first thing is employment generation. Employment generation. Employment generation. Unemployment and underemployment and underemployment, unemployment and underemployment are major problems in India. Are major problems in India. With better employment opportunities, it shape future of youth. It shape future of youth. It shape the future of youth. Second is skill development. Skill development. Now, skill development is again important. Utilizing the skill potential. Utilizing the skill potential of youth. Enhance employment. Then third, financial inclusion. Financial inclusion. It develop the habit of saving. Which promote investments. Fourth, technological advancement. Technological advancement. Technological advancement. With Industrial Revolution 4.0, with Industrial Revolution 4.0 and recent innovative mechanisms and recent innovative mechanism, inclusive growth can be promoted. Can be promoted. Fifth, agricultural development. Agriculture development. Agricultural development. Around almost 50% population is still living in a rural area. So agricultural development is essentiality. So agricultural development. So agriculture development is necessity. Is necessity. Sixth, reduction in regional disparity. A reduction in regional disparity. Regional disparities. Regional disparity must be addressed. Must be addressed properly. Must be addressed properly. And seventh is sustainable development. Seventh is sustainable development. These are the elements of inclusive growth. Siddhi, good morning. Good morning, Khushbu. So these all are the elements of inclusive growth. We can say that the inclusive growth is totally dependent on these elements. So if you are working good on these elements, if you are improving continuously these elements, the inclusive growth will for sure enhanced. First is employment generation, second is skill development, third financial inclusion, fourth technological advancement, fifth agricultural development, sixth reduction in regional disparities, seventh sustainable development. These are the major elements of inclusive growth. Or we can say inclusive growth is totally dependent on these 7 elements. Apart from that, there are many other elements also, but these are the 7 major elements of inclusive growth. Now, if we talk about the dimension or the scope of inclusive growth, scope or dimension of inclusive growth, scope or dimension of inclusive growth. What are the scope or dimension of inclusive growth? The first thing is equitable distribution of income. Now this is very much essential for India. Good morning, Siddhi. Equitable distribution of income is very essential for India. We are always saying this thing that the inequality is persisting in India. Top 60%, top 1% population hold the 60% wealth of India. So equitable distribution of income is very, very essential. So the equitable distribution, the income distribution should be equitable. The income distribution should be equitable so that maximum population maximum population can take benefit from it. Can take benefit from it. Second, the most important component, that is good governance. Good governance. This is again very important. Good governance, it is essential. It is essential for regulatory monitoring. It is essential for regulatory monitoring and controlling it is essential for regulatory monitoring and controlling the government services with the objective to provide justice, popular participation, promote transparency, and enhance accountability. This is context of good governance. Third is decentralization. All the decisions and suggestions must flow and shared at each level of government. It is very much essential that this thing must be shared with each level of government. Then the next one is sustainability. ठीक है. Inclusive growth and sustainability are interconnected. Hence they must complement each other. They must complement each other. So these are the important things. Savita, good morning. Khatun, good morning. These are the important scope or dimensions of inclusive growth. Okay, thank you, Savita. These are the scope or dimensions of inclusive growth. These are the scopes or dimension of inclusive growth. Now, friends, if suppose we focus on a very important things, that are what are the challenges in achieving these inclusive growth? What are the challenges in achieving inclusive growth? What are the challenges in achieving inclusive growth? The first is poverty. The first big challenge is poverty. India is striving to become developed nation. India is targeting, लिख लो, striving की जगह. India is targeting to become developed nation by 2047, but the biggest challenge is poverty. But the biggest challenge is poverty. Despite many schemes, high poverty is still prevalent in India. High poverty is still prevalent in India. Second, innovation. Lack of innovation. Innovation is a continuous process. Focus on research and development. Will always generate good returns. But India spent very less on R&D. Third, issue with social development. Regional disparity, low education, lack of basic health facility, gender disparity are still major concerns. Then apart from that, high fiscal deficit. Increased fiscal deficit enhance the debt of the government. Apart from that, high unemployment is again a big challenge. Which increases poverty too. Also. So these are the major. ठीक है? ओके समीक्षा, इट्स फाइन. क्या 2026 वाले ये क्लास कर सकते हैं? बिल्कुल कर सकते हैं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. सर जी A4 में सिलेबस के साथ लिख सकते हैं क्या? इनको भी की बोला था आपने. हाँ बिल्कुल आप लिख सकते हैं A4 में. यस समीक्षा, बिल्कुल आप लिख सकते हैं. सो द चैलेंजेस आर, फर्स्ट इज पॉवर्टी. India is targeting to become a developed nation by 2047, but the biggest challenge is poverty. Despite many schemes, high poverty is still prevalent in India. Second, lack of innovation. Innovation is a continuous process. Focus on research and development will always generate good return, but India spent very less on R&D. Third, issue with social development, regional disparity, low education, lack of basic health facility, gender disparity are still major concern. Then high fiscal deficit, increase fiscal deficit, enhance the debt of the government. High unemployment, unemployment is again a big challenge which increases poverty too. So these are the major challenges associated with inclusive growth. These are the major challenges in context of inclusive growth. Okay, is it clear to all? Now if we talk about the most important thing, NITI Aayog strategy. NITI Aayog strategy to make India developed country, to make India developed country by 2047. What are the strategies NITI Aayog is following to make India developed country by 2047? What all strategies NITI Aayog is focusing on? First thing is rapid inclusive growth. Rapid inclusive growth. Rapid inclusive growth. To become a developed nation, by 2047, to become a developed nation by 2047, India to focus on continuous GDP growth. Continuous GDP growth, so that our target to become $5 trillion economy, $5 trillion economy to be realized soon. Second, technology for inclusive development. Technology for inclusive development. New innovative techniques, new innovative technology, along with focus on research and development, promote sustainable development. Third, bridge gap between rural and urban areas. Inclusive development focus on balanced regional development, focus on balanced regional development, where it emphasize on development of village, development of rural and urban areas. Fourth, fourth, higher education. Higher education. Higher education. Higher education. Along with skill development. Along with skill development is very essential. Is very essential for long-term growth prospect. For long-term growth prospect. For long-term growth prospect. Is it clear to all? ठीक है? So first is rapid inclusive growth. To become a developed nation by 2047, India to focus on continuous GDP growth so that our target to become $5 trillion economy to be realized soon. Second, technology for inclusive development. New innovative technology along with focus on research and development promote sustainable development. Third, bridge gap between rural and urban areas. Inclusive development focus on balanced regional development where it emphasizes on development of rural and urban areas. Fourth, higher education along with skill development is very essential for long-term growth prospect. Apart from that, fifth one is healthcare. Healthcare. ठीक है? Efforts should be made to provide quality health service. To provide quality health service. To provide quality health service, especially to vulnerable groups. Especially to vulnerable groups. Hence, latest medical practices. Effort should be made to provide quality health service, especially to vulnerable group. Hence, latest medical technology need to be promoted. Need to be promoted. Then apart from that, citizen-centric policy. Citizen-centric policy. Citizen-centric policy. Inclusive development. Inclusive development is always citizen-centric. Is always citizen-centric. Inclusive development is always citizen-centric. Inclusive development is always citizen-centric. Hence, policies should be designed. Policies should be designed focusing on maximum citizen welfare. Maximum citizen welfare. Maximum citizen welfare. Apart from that, employment and reduction of poverty. Employment and reduction of poverty. All the models of inclusive growth, should make employment as a priority. Should make employment as priority along with reduction in poverty. Reduction in poverty. Along with reduction in poverty. And last is focusing on environment aspect. Focusing on environment aspect. Sustainable Development Goal SDG targets need to be focused on India's commitment towards sustainable development goal must be fulfilled. So friends, these are the specific strategies. Focusing on NITI Aayog strategy to make India developed by 2047. What are these? First is rapid inclusive growth. To become a developed nation by 2047, India to focus on continuous GDP growth so that our target to become $5 trillion economy to be realized soon. Second, technology for inclusive development, new innovative technology along with focus on research and development must promote sustainable development. Third, bridge the gap between rural and urban areas. Inclusive development to be focused on balanced regional development where it emphasizes on development of rural and urban areas. Fourth, higher education. Higher education along with skill development is very essential for long-term growth prospect. Then apart from that, healthcare. Efforts should be made to provide quality health service, especially to vulnerable groups. Hence, latest medical technology need to be promoted. Then citizen-centric policy. Inclusive development is always citizen-centric. Hence, policies should be designed focusing on maximum citizen welfare. Then employment and reduction of poverty. All the models of inclusive growth should make employment as priority along with reduction in poverty. And focusing on environment aspect, sustainable development goal targets need to be focused on India's commitment towards SDG must be fulfilled. That is focusing on 17th goal 169 targets. 2015 से 2030 तक के जो SDG targets हैं that were made under the SDG in 2015, the countries are trying to fulfill these targets. India also developed their SDG India Index developed by NITI Aayog, focusing on sustainable development goals as well. So friends, this is in today's class regarding to inclusive growth. We generally have this class for 45 to 50 minutes, and in this 45 to 50 minutes we will try to cover one important current affairs topic. So we had discussed today inclusive growth. Tomorrow we will discuss what is middle income trap or middle income debt. What is that? Tomorrow we will discuss that particular topic. Again, very important. So this class usually run from 45 to 50 minutes where we'll try to cover one important topic of current affairs and we'll try to cover it holistically. I hope you get it, you get the idea. So that 50 classes of mains were completed yesterday, and from today onwards we start with this current affairs series where we'll take important current affair that is with respect to mains part. So we had done inclusive growth today. Tomorrow we'll start with middle income trap, again a very important topic with respect to mains exam. I hope you all like this video. If you all like this video, please comment in the section. Do share our channel. Do subscribe the channel. Do share this video as well. So any doubt, any confusion if you have, you can please ask. Thank you, Siddhi. Any doubt, any question, anything you guys need to ask, you can please ask. Any confusion, any doubt, any question if you have, you can please ask. And our foundation batch is also live now. You can join our foundation batch online from any part of country. And if you are in Prayagraj, Delhi, Karol Bagh, Prayagraj or Mukherjee Nagar, you can join our offline batches as well. Thank you so much all of you, Samiksha, Shaheen, Siddhi. Thanks a lot. So that's all from my side. Bye-bye. Take care. and do take care of your health.